Welcome to Blue Basement, and we have with us. Should I say the lead vocalist or what? What should I say? But let me introduce her properly. Let me give her her flowers.
Please do.
Yes.
That is what I'm waiting for.
Yes. So I wrote it down so that I will not forget any particular
Read
word.
it, please.
So welcome
Out
to
and
Blue
loud.
Basement.
Thank you.
Archie Sule, who is a musician, a songwriter, 2 times winner of the Derby Classic Entertainment Magazine Award, a performer, a vocal coach, and a sweet and caring person.
How do you know she's caring?
Because in Atlanta, you don't go to places they entertain people and you don't see Ashley doing her thing.
Has she bought you a drink before?
She has not, but she has given me good vibe when I'm drinking. And the first time I saw her or I listened to her was in Norcross during what's his name? The Fishman.
Celebrity fish talk.
Celebrity Fish, Mr. Patrick.
Wow, it's been a minute.
That's a while.
It's been a minute.
So you see.
Do you know one thing about her?
You see.
You know,
So it's been a long
It's been a
time.
minute.
she doesn't know
So
we
Ashley
know.
Sule, welcome to the Blue Basement.
Thank you so much. Thank
One
you,
thing
guys.
you don't know about you is you don't know that we all know you. And we
Yeah,
all
she
admire
knows, but she's pretending that
we all admire some traits, silent traits
Wow.
about you. And let me mention that one thing I fall in love about you is the fact that you laugh all day.
yes, even in her music.
She laugh all
Even on
whenever what's his name, Kevin Budge. If Kevin Budge introduces her to hand over the mic to her,
Yeah, she will give us that
She
a
will start
smile
laughing.
before
Yeah, she will start
before she even
laughing.
starts singing.
She'll
So you
start
agree
smiling.
now to say she's caring.
no, she's lovable.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We are so glad to have you here.
Oh, wow. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So today we'll be talking very simply on your own constituency, the female.
Oh,
So we'll be talking on the contributions of female artists to the vibrant world of Afrobeat music.
Yeah.
The ladies, they've contributed so much. And sometimes they push them to the background even with what they've contributed. So we are here.
are
to
you talking
talk
about them here or back home in Nigeria?
generally worldwide to Afrobeat music?
Afrobeat music. Okay, the ladies, right?
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say the women
Sorry to cut you. So before you jump into that, so please quickly tell us who is Archie Sule and where she started from and a person.
Please.
Please do.
Wow. It's okay. First of all, my name is Rachel Ache Sule. I'm from Benue State, Nigeria.
Yes.
I speak Idoma. I wrote my first song when I was 7.
7 years old?
Yeah.
Is that a skit?
No, it's not a skit. It's a song.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I used to own one of the biggest live band in Nigeria. My band was the resident band in Eko Hotel and Suite. It was called Ache and the Sound of Music. I was the owner of the band that was playing in Troy, Pat's Bar, Sheraton, Eko Hotel, Federal Palace,
Wow.
Lagos Boat Club. So I would say 20 years in the business as a vocalist. Now don't ask me how old I am now. I'm a mom of 2. I have 2 amazing boys. I'm a lover of God.
Yeah.
My philosophy in life is do unto others what you want others to do unto you.
Yes. I love that.
Apart from my music, I have an NGO. We cater to single moms because almost every NGO in the world are catering for the kids.
Yeah.
But a lot of the mess that we have right now is because nobody is looking at the female, especially teenage moms.
Yeah.
And that's when, because most of these girls They're not done being kids before they had a child. So how do you expect a child to raise a child? It's a pandemic.
That's a question. How do you expect a child to raise a child?
Yes.
That's interesting.
And it's a pandemic right now.
Yes.
And that's the genesis of everything that is going wrong. A lot of women will not want to talk about it, but it's the truth. In Africa, we're not taught as women to speak up for ourselves. So we hide behind the shadow. In America, we have too much power. And so we want to destroy the men. So now there's chaos everywhere.
Everywhere.
So it's two different worlds.
But there's supposed to be order. You see, there's a head who is supposed to be the man, right?
Yes.
But the head will not function if there's no neck.
True.
So it's supposed to be a teamwork. And that's what's missing in the music industry. See, I brought us back to where we were.
Yeah.
Nice one.
That's what's missing in the music industry. The female artists are supposed to bring in balance, as they are supposed to bring in balance to life, to everything. But somewhere along the line, a lot of us we had misplacements of role. We forgot what it means to be feminine, and we're all in our masculine energy. And now the men don't know where to fit in. I want a man to protect me, but at the same time, I'm challenging his authority. So how is that going to work? If you're trying to protect me and I'm trying to fight you, would you protect me? You wouldn't. And that's where there's a problem. If we take it back, King Sunny Ade, there was Onyeka Onwenu. They were both ruling at that time.
Yes, true.
But they wouldn't give these women of this generation that time to rule, because we will step on their head. Why is everywhere suddenly quiet?
Because what you're saying is
What
very
you're saying-
interesting.
I don't want to cut your talk.
It's very
We don't want to cut your talk.
So all we have to do is listen.
So we don't cut your. You know, if I interject or put another question, meaning
D.
you lost that thought.
I love the way you're trying to connect this whole thing
It's the
to the
same.
music industry.
Everything is the same. Everything is connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life is connected. So back then, there was this song Onyeka Onwenu and King Sunny Ade did. If you love me, you will wait for me. There was no lead. There was no backup. There was a balance. It was a collaboration.
Yeah.
And it was a big song back then. These days, when you see a female, most times, I'm not saying everybody does that.
Yeah.
It's either they're talking about the butt. But these days, when there's a collaboration, if you know chop on here, you go touch on here. If I know spread on there, you go there. And you want the younger generation to listen to that and have a message to grow up to.
That goes straight into the discussion of writing of lyrics.
Yeah.
Straight. Because I think I asked Mama also, as you call her, Maomi.
Yes.
I think I asked her this same question as to the progression in the writing of Onyeka Onwenu and the King Sunny Ade to this present
Lack
time.
of substance.
So what is missing?
Lack of substance. Lack of depth. You see the listening span of the audience, once you don't have them within 10 seconds, they move. It's very short. So everybody's trying to keep everybody at the same time. We had Junior and Pretty back then. Monica. If Monica, there were music, right? When we had Daddy Shoki, there was Daddy Fresh, there was Baba Frayo, but everybody had their time.
Yeah.
These days, we as artists were all in a hurry. Everybody want to blow. But you know be bomb.
Better the bombers with this front and back.
So if you
Right up.
exactly, if you know you're gonna have kids tomorrow. And if your kids are singing that, what would you do? I'm not gonna say I'm innocent, because I did it too until I had my reevaluation, especially when my older son wrote his SAT. And then now I'm trying to say, hey, we need to talk. Like, you know who your mom is, right? And he's like, yeah, I do. But what's up with that now? Mom, I want to listen to your catalog. Now I have to start picking. And I was like, If I did the right thing in the first place, I wouldn't have to start explaining myself to my child. Every woman this day, we've forgotten what it means to be a mother. Even if you've bettered one or not.
Yes. That's true.
We've forgotten our place.
But
How you
should-
carry yourself as a woman matters a lot. Have you seen a feminine woman? Tiwa is feminine. They're soft. A feminine woman is very powerful. She can get any man to do whatever she wants without even talking. If our women that are in the industry are feminine enough, there will be room for other women to come in and feel safe. But if everybody wants to be the queen, nobody want to be the slave no more. We're not in the 90s, in the 80s or 70s or whatever that was. It's a new dispensation right now. So the role of a female artist was supposed to bring balance, was supposed to bring calm to the already established chaos that's out there.
Because, the men out there who are singing, they are still singing, if you don't touch this, you're not going to do this.
It's the front and the back,
Yeah.
and the front and the back, and we go, we come. There's no substance. But then when you find people who are doing quality music, they don't have the platform. There are names I could call, but I do not want to. But
Yeah.
if we call those names, they should be like here.
Yeah.
With all due respect, what happened to Brimo? Let's take his excesses out.
Yeah.
And let's look at the art.
Yeah.
It's excess is still fighting. It's still fighting the decadence, fighting the things you're talking about. Those are the things they call excesses.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, what he was saying to some of the quarrels he had was either contribution or correction, retribution, or what have you
Yeah.
to what he's saying.
Yeah.
So if we go by that, and let's also go by you saying, if you doing your music in the next 10 minutes or 10 seconds, you don't say what they want to hear, they will leave you. But what happens to those that are here that keep giving us the one that we can listen, the one
Because
that we can
people
sing in
wanna
front of our
dance.
children, and they still stay alive?
Because people don't have that. There's too many chaos. There's too many. People just want to hear a beat. People are not listening to what you're saying anymore. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
That's true.
Yeah.
People just want to dance. People just want to feel good. There's too many depression out there. So people just want something that's going to make them and they're out. That's it. People are not ready. I was telling someone that I still don't understand why people will sing Saving All My Love in a wedding. Because that song is not about love, right? It's about a side chick in love with somebody's husband. Because the lyric says, a few stolen moments is all that we have, and you got your family and they didn't do that. My friends try to tell me I need a man of my own. So why would I want you to sing that in my wedding? Because I didn't listen to the lyrics. The only thing you picked was, I'm saving all my love for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People are not listening. I'll Always Love You is a heartbreak song. Yeah, it is.
And people play it in their wedding.
Secret Lovers, talking about two married people. Secret lovers. Two married people who are dating themselves. And they don't want their family to find out. I did repertoire for 20 years, so of course I study my lyrics.
Yeah. So people just, so you're saying
The
we're
melody.
even more guilty than
Than
the
we-
artist,
Yes.
because we listen to what we think we want to listen to, or the beats.
Yeah.
So, but I will push it back. I will push it back to the artist.
Okay.
You do the control. You control your lyrics. You control your beat, which on the other side controls us because we want to feel happy.
Yeah.
So what now happens to that definition of music is a sound pleasing to the ear, and music is a message.
Put in mind, not everybody is a musician. We have born artists and we have processed artists.
What's the difference?
Born artist is my mama, Omaomi. She was born with a voice. Waje, born with a voice. Tiwa, born with a voice. Beyonce, born with a voice. I know why I'm calling this female. Asha, born with a voice and a tone. Processed artists, I'm not going to name names, but if I give you example, I'm sure you will know.
Yeah.
Processed artists are the ones that they're not singing on key. They don't know anything about music. Somebody has money and say, come here, I'll put money behind you. And the beat is so loud and the beat is grooving and they have a writing camp and somebody's writing something for them and they're coming back to sing whatever it is. Now, people enjoy that person. That person doesn't care about the elements of music like we do. Because we are listening to the key, the progression. We're looking at, okay, you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't even know what. If I'm having that conversation, they don't understand what I'm saying. But the masses would buy that because they sound like them. If people like me come and we start running them notes, you're gonna look at me like she's overdoing it.
Yeah.
But then you would quickly buy the easy one because it's easy for you to do it.
So the process artists or process musicians, they're the ones that gives us more vibes. Is that what you're saying?
Of course.
So, but I still believe with the reasonable ones or the bond with the voice or the bond one. I still believe
musicians.
they still give us some cool and nice tunes because music is two things to me. Music is two things generally: listening pleasure, partying pleasure. Let me put the partying pleasure. So, but the listening pleasure, people get that from when you're at work, you're at home. You know, so if you put all that together, I will disagree a little bit to say the processed people gives us.
No, they give you guys, you know why? Because they were processed. What does that mean? Somebody brought them together, put their money together, trained them, and they are singing. Now, anybody can sing.
Yes.
Anybody can sing because in as much as you have a voice, you can talk, go to a class, you can sing. Do you understand? So what is something that is being processed? Something that is raw, that you can mold into what you want the people to receive. That's why they are processed artists.
But the whole thing is relatable to social media. If you're not doing anything crazy on social media, you're not going to have, the amount of followers.
Yeah. And now I tell people these days, don't believe everything is on social media.
Absolutely.
Don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't. There are apps that you can buy numbers.
Yes.
You can buy views. You can buy likes. You can buy whatever you want on your page to make your page look credible.
I don't know how many followers you have, but I'm telling you that
She has like 34,000.
your followers will triple if you start talking crazy and start doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why, just like music word, you see people who are singing, talking trash.
Even if your follower will multiply or triple, right?
Yeah.
Look at your zone. You're in America. If I'm speaking pidgin, I'm doing jokes in pidgin English.
Yeah.
Before the Nigerians will see it, I hope you know it's a lot of Americans that will see my post first.
Yes.
Right? Now, there's a way Instagram works. Instagram might decide not to even push your content in the first place. So that's your demon that you're fighting, internal battle.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Algorithm, yeah.
So you might try to tweak it and someone will tell you, I got you, and they will do whatever it is. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So you keep switching it. And then one day it just happens. I've had people who, a lot of A-listers have posted them, and you would think this person is supposed to have this. Me, I should have 1 million followers by now.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what we're saying.
I should have 1 million followers by now. I've literally worked with everybody in the industry.
So that's what I'm saying. When you start doing something crazy,
I used to do something crazy before. Trust me, I could wake up one day and I'm in my feelings and I'll say whatever comes to my head and I wouldn't even give a about what I'm saying and I'll just go.
now you're born
Exactly.
again.
I'm me.
No, born again is not a religious word. What I mean is you have renewed your mind.
I have renewed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But it's just few people that really consider renewing their mind, or because now you say you have kids, but some people, even though they don't have kids, they still renew their mind.
Yeah.
So it's not really about
But you know the person that you are 2 years ago, you're not gonna be that person in 4 years' time, right?
true.
Either you get worse or you get better.
Or you get better.
So
But
what,
nobody changed.
what brought about your transformation?
Nobody changed.
What brought about
I
it?
didn't change. I just toned it down. I'm still in there. Nobody ever changes. Nobody.
Really.
Nobody changes. You evolve.
But talking about your music,
My music has changed.
your music has changed. So, but I don't see the change. You have it. I would describe you
Yeah.
the way I know you.
Yeah.
You know, you have a tune. For your live band, you do different
different human
genre
being.
of
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
That's person.
You know,
That's Rachel.
you
That's
do,
Rachel.
Richard
Let's leave
does
Rachel there.
different kind of music. You can go from hip hop to country to Afrobeat to the jazz and
Yeah.
the cool part and the Rasta part. But your own singles that you've been bringing out, you've been doing all these things for a while. So I don't know what's the hold back to
So-
go above this particular level.
I would
Okay.
respond to that.
Because you know how I give you the credit. You know how to do music. You know how to sing. Let me use the word sing if it's correct.
So it's when you are a live band artist,
Okay.
it's a different market. When you're a recording artist, it's a different thing. You might try to marry both, but then you have the processed people who will hate you because you know both. And they will stand at the gates and you will not pass until you bow to them. Now, people like some of us will now go and meet them and say, say this the way they do, Sabia. Do you understand?
Yes.
But then you will always meet that roadblock. My music before now, literally I pulled out of live band. Well, I said, you know what, I'm not going to do live band for a year. And I think I did that last year.
But that's your gig, so why are you starving
No.
yourself from your funds?
I'm not starving myself for my funds. No. So let me tell you the disadvantage of being a live band artist. Because you sing so many songs, it has a way of affecting your own creativity. You might get
That's
lost.
true.
That's what I want to marry. That's the
That's
question.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
You might get lost because one song you want to sound like this person, the next song you want to sound like that person. I remember there was this song I did, and Mama heard the song, Mama Oma me, and she was like, "Pikinle, I like this thing where you do for a year." But you're not saying if you come out sound like this, come out sound like that, it will sound better because I know who you channel for that place. When she said it, I knew she was saying the truth. So I had to go back and
That
say,
she's a creator of live band.
of course. That's why I give her the respect. Anywhere I see her respect, her flowers, like, yeah.
She does it like a flavor.
Yeah. And she was like, and when she said it, I knew she was saying the truth. And then one day, I was writing, I was in a place around, she said, "Daughter, you dey sing." And that was like a confirmation that I needed to hear. That was like a validation
Okay.
coming from her. And then I said to myself that day, I said, "Mama, I go do song with you." And I said, we'll go do song together. But I will not give you a song that is not worthy of you. So I stopped everything. I went back and I started writing. Opened my own studio in my bedroom. I have a studio in my room.
Okay.
So every time I wake up, I'm in my studio.
That's nice.
I'm recording myself right now. I take my vocals. I'm taking mixing and mastering classes. And my writing game changed. So I could wake up tomorrow and say I want to do jazz music. I will do jazz music and it's original. And I'll put it out. So now I'm marrying my life experience into my recording artist because now that makes me very versatile. However, I'm not trying to sound like anybody else. I want my voice because I have what they call vocal distinction.
Yeah.
Which is wherever you hear me sing, you know that's me. So, and it's a gift because not everybody have it. If you listen to, with all due respect to the gospel people, amen, God bless you, hallelujah, amen. Almost every female gospel artist sounds like Mercy Chinwo. And you'll be asking why.
That's is it tenor, that top tenor?
Because it worked for Mercy Chinwo doesn't mean it's going to work for every other person. That's her identity. Your voice is your identity. You need to find your voice. Find what works for you. Because a lot of people don't know there's what they call vocal injury.
Yeah.
If it happens, as a singer, you're gone. It takes special grace to get back. I've had vocal injury before.
What does that mean?
Where one of the pipes be breaking when you're singing.
Was that what with techno?
It happened to techno. It happened to Celine Dion. It happened to Adele. And Adele got surgery for it. So there are so many things. Your voice, you got to protect your voice. You don't have to sound like anybody else. What works for you is what you do. I know we all want to blow, but my people, be calming down. Your time will come.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why people can, they want to write something and sing something that is trending because everybody wants to blow, and everybody wants to be validated, approved, liked,
without substance.
Followed, without substance. So,
and then everybody wants to look like the A-listers that want to drive the fast cars.
Exactly.
But what they don't know, you don't even know if this person you're trying to be like has another job.
Now, my next question is, who is your biggest inspiration? It could be a male or a female artist.
In the music industry?
In the music industry.
In your cooking industry.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
Myself. What I've been through in life, I am my inspiration. I have people who I look up to.
Your mentors?
I have mentors.
Okay.
But I am my inspiration. Amalmi is my mentor, of course. Tony Braxton, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston. Because I understudied all of them put together. That's where you hear. That's what you hear. So you can't really pinpoint who I sound like, because it's Bobo. I joined all of them together, and I do it.
Do you think your migration from Nigeria to the States affected your blow?
Did not. I'm in the state because I'm meant to be in the state. So many people try to come to the state, but they did not get visa.
If you were still doing what you're doing back home in Nigeria and you are still in Nigeria, what do you think your level would have been?
I did it in Nigeria for over 10 years, and you think I didn't work with people? Time and chances happen to them all. It wasn't my time. When my time comes, it will happen. See, I've not blown. Doesn't mean I've not eaten music money.
Yeah.
I have eaten music money. Where music has taken me to. I think one of the biggest show I did before coming to the US was when I performed for Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, or when I performed for David Mack in Otukpo when he was the Senate president. And these are my gig.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I don't chop music. Music saved my life. So it's personal for me. Like, even if it's only one person that's streaming my song, I'll still do music. That's how deep it is.
So it's not about the financial part, economic part of it, or what?
Her perspective has changed.
No, it has
No,
changed.
it has always been like that though.
Okay.
Even if nobody was listening to my song,
Yeah.
I'll still sing.
So it's just an inspirational thing for you, or
It saved my
Just-
life. I just told you, music
Yeah.
saved my life.
how?
I lost my dad when I was 11. I lost my mom when I was 15. I didn't have a house. My first job was to sing in Federal Palace Hotel as a backup singer. My salary was 8,000 naira. I was staying with a friend at Bishop Oluwole. I would trek to Federal Palace so I can get there on time to eat in their staff quarters, staff restaurant, and then go on stage and sing. And after singing, I'll trek back home. So my 8,000 can be enough for me to enter a bus and go to Oshodi, Ajegunle under bridge where they used to put clothes on the floor. And I'll go and buy ankle boots, body hug, and mini skirts so that I'll have what to wear to perform on stage the next day. That is passion.
That's a long time coming with the passion and putting all the work in. And
My first band, the
Yeah.
first band I formed in life, I will never forget. No, I don't want to tear up because this is deep.
yeah,
My first band, everybody in my first band is late now. How? I went to Kuramo Beach. You see those musicians on
Yeah,
Kuramo Beach,
Kuramo.
those old men.
that place from
Don Pedro was singing Fela. Papa Freeman, you see the name I'm calling them,
Yeah.
Papa Trombone. And I was this tiny little thing among all of them. I still have pictures. I'll send you those pictures so you can put it up when you're editing. So you
Okay.
can see that. And that was me with these people. And I still remember the first time they gave me that mic. Say, Smally, go sing. The only songs I knew back then, shout out to LD the Don. That's why when he came to my Afrobeat, he did not
Okay,
understand.
my Afrobeat now we were there that night.
Yeah,
now, my
he
Afrobeat
LD
night.
did not understand why I was singing.
Yeah.
Oh girl, as I see you, the waka. Everybody, they look your baka. Cause that song was the song I knew. That song, Greatest Love of All, and I go on party for Calabar to see my paddy. Those were the songs I knew. Those were the songs I was singing. If you call me for a show, I will repeat that song and repeat that song and repeat that song. You get tired. I've sang in shows where I didn't get paid. That band members wanted to beat me.
But those are the growing experiences.
So,
normal.
so do you understand why I
Yes,
said?
I do.
So even if but I kept going.
Yeah.
I kept going. That's the passion. That's how deep the music saved my life.
Do you intend to take this music? I know where you are right now. You are successful, but do you have a bigger picture where you?
Oh
want-
yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So where's that?
You see that O2 we go sell am.
I like
Amen.
that. I
Mark
like that.
today's date. I'll sell out O2 Arena. I will go on tour with my music. The crowd will sing my song. It will happen. When will it happen? I don't know, but it will happen.
That's nice.
It will happen. There's no question about it.
But
You
you're
know.
putting in the work right now.
One of my 2025 life goals is what I'm doing right now, which is put out a new song every 2 months.
Yeah, I see.
So you do not think
Yeah.
that living in the United States of America is gonna be very detrimental to your dream.
Let me tell you, living in the United States of America made me an international artist.
Okay.
Because now if they're booking me in Nigeria, they have to pay my flights. They have to pay my accommodation. They have to pay my management fee. There's levels to this.
I'm not trying to break you.
No.
But now, have you witnessed
Yes.
any Afrobeat international artist who sold out O2 or other arenas the way you are dreaming to do.
Interesting. Burna Boy left Nigeria, went to the UK, right? And then went back to Nigeria.
Yeah, yeah,
That was the story.
yeah.
What do you think he learned when he went to the UK?
I don't know.
Exactly. When you test both waters, you have both experiences. When you're putting your prices, people will pay your worth. Don't forget, Rotimi used to be in Nigeria.
Yeah, I know his cousin.
And we didn't know him in Nigeria.
But when he was in Nigeria, I don't think he was singing.
We did not know him.
We do not know him. Yeah.
No, but it wasn't.
He might have been singing because he was close to Scales and EME. He was in he watched Afrobeat back, he was there. But when he came here, Nigeria started relating with Rotimi when he was in power, when he acted power.
Yeah.
Another example, I'm a classic man. Did you know him before?
No. Who's
Okay,
that?
good. Jidenna.
Oh. The fair guy.
Do you think if they want to call him for a concert in Nigeria, he wouldn't sell out Nigeria concert?
It will. It will.
Good. Do you think they are going to pay him the same amount they will pay Nigerian artists?
No.
Is he Nigerian?
But it's coming from abroad.
Is he Nigerian?
Okay, he's an international artist.
There you
So
go.
that gives the classification of international artists and local artists.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Yeah. If you're going from one state to another state, that's why if I'm going to perform in Maryland, they call their artists over there local artists.
Okay, classification. So it's a good thing. Well, you know, it's a lot to wrap up.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to wrap up, but you're the one in it, you know. But females, they have these challenges, you know, putting them in competition with the male. You get.
You think there should be a competition with the men?
There's no competition with
There
the
is
men.
there is a reality competition.
But wait, there's no competition with the men.
There is.
There's no competition with the men.
Okay.
See,
So what is it?
every female Afrobeat artist can sing.
No, everybody has their act. No,
Wait,
I give everybody
they
their
can.
pass.
Do you understand? They know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Now, let me tell you, there are male artists on my level that did music this as long as I've done.
Yeah.
That they've not benefited the way I have.
Yeah. True.
So it goes both ways. It's even tougher for guys. Because with females, if you know what you're
Your mama
doing.
disagreed on that.
No, it's tougher on guys, not guys that have backing. I'm talking guys that don't have anything.
So that goes to platform.
Yes. If you have platform, guys that don't have any support, any backing, any, like just.
It's always tough on guys.
It's just one boy in Ajegunle,
Yeah.
like playing guitar, just going. The boy will be local champion. People will even be calling him, giving 5K, 10K. Oga come play, make you go. But one small girl, somebody go say, in your range, don't they right? Smally come, make I give you 5K.
That's true.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But if you say
But that's
But-
not on the
but then
level.
that's
But
where-
that's not on the level on our talent.
yes, so but then that's where the problem is, because now when the females get to that level that they want to, a lot of people would think she slept her way through.
Yeah.
That's where the problem is. They think, oh, she got the job based on a fine face, based on a carriage. But most times that's not it.
That's 50% with what the world says now and how the world goes. Right
Exactly.
Now. That's 50%.
So if we're gonna say
talent.
I'm gonna use an American artist for an example, and if we're gonna say it's the lady do you know that? Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
She has no business being famous, right?
No, okay, you were just humming. Look, I
That's
wanted
a
to
song,
say,
though.
look, I wanted to say you didn't give a real logo.
But
Go
that's-
sexy, go. I think that's it.
Get it sexy.
Yeah,
Get it sexy.
So
Yeah,
why
that's
do you
But she has a platform.
why do you say that? She has a platform.
She has a platform. She
Yeah,
has
because
money.
our platform.
She's out
It
there.
doesn't depict. It doesn't. Our platform promotes. Let me put it, not depict. It promotes.
It promotes that sort of
Yeah.
brand, you know,
But that's the world we
But
live in right now.
That's
which still is the same thing that we just said.
Yeah, exactly.
So people are not listening to what is being sung.
confusion everywhere. it's I will balance it, but I will still allow you to do the balancing.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
Because we've been talking about the role of female artists, and you came with this energy of the writer, the pen game,
Yes.
and the lyrics and the message. So it now goes because of your NGO, because of your own way of thinking, your mentality, and how you carved and you have answered your questions on that light. You know,
Yeah.
so but I'll still leave it open because it's confusing. It gets
It
all
does.
around.
It does.
You know, let's take it on a neutral ground.
Yeah.
You're not doing the NGO stuff.
Forget NGO. Yes.
Forget the NGO stuff. Your
Okay.
passion is take care of young girls because of it affects the girls, then it affects the whole society,
Which is true.
which is true.
Yeah.
You know, but let's take the sexy red lyrics, take the lyrics from the other people that gives message, and put all of them together. Just put it on the round table and say, music is this. Music makes money because of this. How are we going to promote that? Because it's confusing. I'm even confusing you the more with this question.
So, you see, it's funny. Like you said, drop the NGO, right?
Yeah.
Drop everything and just look at it. So, I'll still go back to
It's a bigger role for ladies in the,
it's
in the music.
but wait, let's be real. Since we're talking about women in the Afrobeat industry,
Yeah.
let's be real. Were Nigerian women raised to be in the forefront in the first place?
No, raising them, no, but now they are in the forefront.
Wait.
No.
We're heading somewhere, right?
Yeah, let me answer.
Were there?
No.
No. Just like everything, if you're trying to get to the top, you will beat obstacles. It's fact. You're not gonna, because it will always be there. Once upon a time, if you have a female child, it's a taboo.
Yeah.
But now the female child, like I said, we came because we need some protection. Now we trusted people to protect us. Now we're like, we don't want the protection anymore. We'll protect ourselves.
So what's Ashishule's biggest obstacle?
Me, myself,
Why you say yourself?
myself.
I like that.
Why you say yourself?
Because there are things that I shouldn't care about, that I sometimes care about, and it holds me back. You are your greatest obstacle. Everybody is.
So how do you fight that?
Exactly. You fight yourself first.
Deep cleansing, inner cleansing.
You fight yourself. What are your
Do you
weaknesses?
have any plan to go back to Afrobeat band?
I incorporate them. They're all together.
No, because you said you left
said you
them.
left it for
I
some
gave
time.
them a break. To
You
find
gave
my
them
voice.
a break so that you can focus on your
I'll
thing.
find my voice.
Yeah, and find your voice,
Now I
right?
have my voice. So if I'm
Okay.
performing,
That's why you're flying.
if I'm performing,
That's why you're what's up in.
and you know me,
That's why you're you in.
gig. You know, I'm actually thinking of doing something before the end of the year. If you give me a mic, I will give you everything, left, right, back, center. You too, you'll be like, wait, be calming down.
Because your team was a great team, that Afrobeat team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, with Bobby on the bass, the
Yeah.
piano and all that. Bobby takes care of the bass guitar, the piano.
you
and
guys were
all that.
doing great stuff, man.
So, Bobby is even a problem to me. I don't know if he left that part of himself.
No,
or
he
not.
is still doing it.
No, he's still doing it.
But I don't find him anymore.
Because we
anywhere.
don't post those kind of things anymore. That's not what we're promoting right now.
Yeah, because just like he said, I think, just like she said, I think Bobby's mindset has shifted.
There's a shift.
Yeah, that was what he said.
Yeah,
that was
it
what
has
from,
shifted.
from
So
himself. That was what
it-
he
There's
said.
a
I mean,
shift
I love
right
that.
now
I
in the
love that
That was
atmosphere.
what he said.
Yeah, I love that shift.
You know, like, what are your priorities?
Exactly. Are you doing this because you want to make money, or does it resonate with your spirit?
Exactly.
Or, you know, so
Was the message?
at a point, that question will come into
It will.
and that's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Me, if you asked me all of this before, the answer would have been totally different.
Okay.
You
It
want to
was,
know?
it was a good topic. It was a good topic bringing you here to really talk about the contribution of female artists in the Afrobeat industry. You know,
Yeah.
because you guys are doing
The
awesomely
women,
well. The ladies, they are doing very well.
But we don't have much ladies like
we do.
They do.
we do.
We
They
do,
do.
but they're just not there.
Okay.
It's hard to get there.
They
Okay.
do. That's why I call it competition with the men, and that's
It's
why
hard
I
to
say
get there. So,
Why is it hard to get there?
because, put it this way, a female artist, 80% of our fans are male.
Yeah.
She falls in love, start posting her boyfriend, it drops to 70%. She gets engaged, it drops to 50%. The day she gets married, it drops to 30%. She gets pregnant, it drops to 20%. She gives birth, it drops. Now because when she gives birth, she's gonna go back, it's probably 2 years, take care of the baby, do a lot of stuff, fix the home front, and then come back. Are the fans gonna be waiting while you're sorting that out? They won't. Because every day there are new artists coming out.
yeah.
Statistics, why they said on Spotify, 268,000 songs are being released every day. So me, I'll now be waiting for you to go and give birth. And I did the one on the do. I don't do it.
Just like he said about setback, he asked you about your biggest setback, and he said, "It's yourself."
It's myself.
And I believe that. But don't you think that the responsibilities that we have here, you know what I mean? The bills, you know what I mean?
It's,
Don't you think they are affecting or setting you back in some kind of way?
the bills.
Yes.
Were you not informed?
Yeah, because you know you can't compare what is going on here, how we are taking care of things here financially, than how we're taking care of things back home.
But you
know.
adjust now. You didn't just when we first get here, for every dollar we spend, we convert to dollar.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
Do you still do that now?
No,
Okay. You've adjusted now.
but there are things you might maybe you have a project in mind, and it's going to take you a lot of money, and that money you're working right. That money you're paying your bills already. So what is left for you to take care of the project?
You live according to your means now. Let's say you're earning $3,000. What are you doing in bucket? What are you doing in bucket? Because there are lots of people that don't even earn up to $3,000 a month. Let's be honest. There's still people who earn $15 an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Absolutely.
12.
Okay, if you're earning that kind of money, what business do you have living alone? You get a roommate or you rent a room. You live within your means now. No, you're not in competition with anybody. You're in competition with yourself.
Yourself. Yeah.
Your fear is poverty.
True.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If this unit now, like me now, let me even guess from just looking at this, a minimum of 2,225 a month.
Yes.
And my paycheck is 3,000. Am I smoking something?
Sometimes.
I don't smoke. I don't drink. Actually, I honestly don't. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So now I'm left with $500. How do I pay car notes, insurance, lights? Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
But if I have a roommate who will split, half and half is gone. You live within your means. Who are you trying to impress? That's the problem. A lot of people want to do one day big boy. One day big boy, I have it. Let me just show off, go and pop and do. And then at the end of the day, now you are now coming to disturb us and saying America or this. You are the one that is doing yourself. You're your own demon.
Yeah.
And that's like facts.
That's cool. So what are you doing? What are you doing for your NGO? What are you doing for the girls in the
So-
music industry? Before you talk of the general part, because you can't be growing alone. You've been in this tiffin music, doing music,
Good.
making so much money in music for like 20 years.
You know, every time I remember.
Well,
it's
sorry
doing
to cut you. You know why I say this?
this. Yeah.
You know why I say this? I give Olamide the kudos. Olamide has like 10 or 15 soldiers behind him.
Yeah.
But I can't boast of any other girl, lady, woman that has
So,
that army behind her.
When it comes to
my
live
friend said
band,
she started a music studio, as she said that day.
Yeah.
Because who they train? Far away they train. They train another far.
so for me, before I even left Nigeria, like I have,
Yeah.
like I had like a lot of female band, like I girls that I introduced into live band, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them actually have their own band now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember there was this particular girl, I don't want to mention her name, but I'm sure she's gonna see this. I went to perform somewhere and I saw her in a very not so good way. It's like, but then I went into the bathroom, I wanted to pee, and I heard her singing. And I came out and said, Go. Who sing that thing? She said, Mama, not me. And I never went tick like this. That time when I see Pikele, they call me Mama. I was like, now you get that voice. And she said, yeah. I said, so what are you doing here? She said, Mama, now with the find money. I said, where'd you live? She said, I just stay for Jackombe. So I got into my car. The next day, I drove over to Jackombe. I packed her bag, carried her, put her in my car, drove her to my house, gave her a room, called my keyboardist. My keyboardist now is in Dubai. Emmanuel gave her my repertoire list, start scoring those songs. She was like, Mama, you say, learn them. And she started learning the song, and my keyboardist was training her. And every time I had a show, I would bring her on stage and give her the mic, and she would do 2 songs, 3 songs, and I would still pay her for those things.
Okay.
So one show, and then at some point she became big, and she had her own band.
Ooh.
Yeah, she had her own band in Lagos. She had her own gigs. She had a boss. In fact, before I even bought my own sound, she had her own sound. Like, she spiked up way before me. I was happy for her. And she's not the first girl. Like, a lot of girls, when it comes to the, like, till date, when it comes to live band, if you go to Lagos, I'm sure if you mention my name, they'll tell you, like, who? Ache? That one don't play. Like, apart from that, so the girls that we take off the street, we'll put them in a house, ask them what they have passion to do, get someone to teach them, right? Yeah. When they teach them, they start working. And when they start working, they start paying a fee back into the NGO so they understand what it means.
Yeah, that makes
Like an
sense.
assignment.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then when they do that for 6 months, whatever they've been paying, we give it back to them. Go establish yourself.
Okay.
We don't
Or
need
it's like
you.
you save for them.
Yeah, but they don't know.
They don't
Until
know.
when it's
Yeah,
time for
okay.
them to leave,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we give them.
Okay.
You have come a
That's
long
lovely.
way.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Because I know what it means not to have.
You have changed lives too.
I know what it means not to have.
Without this kind of platform, people wouldn't know the things you've been through.
A lot of people don't even know half of my story.
Yeah, they don't even know. That's why this kind of platform is good because I'm
really-
even surprised because
I'm surprised
look,
when you said 20
I listen
years
more than I
back
talk
and that.
because
Yeah.
in this session I listen more because
Yeah, I noticed that.
because the things you were saying, it resonates with me, and because I want to know you more, I want to know your story. Your story is very interesting.
It is. I stayed
But-
in Kanu. I sold cocoa. I entered night bus from Kanu to Lagos. I didn't have a place to stay, man. I had a friend. She's late now. God bless her soul. She's the best friend I ever had in my life. Her name is Faith. So when I got back to Lagos after I'd lost my mom, lost my dad, didn't have anywhere, didn't have nobody. And she called me, she said, Smolly, where you dey? I said, I did Ojota. She came there, picked me up, took me to her house. She was a roadside prostitute, by the way. And she sat me up and she said, I want to tell you something. We were classmates, we went to the same secondary school. And she said, I want to talk to you. I said, what? She said, no matter what it is, don't ever sell your body to feed. I said, why? And she looked at me and she said, do you trust me? She said, can I talk to you? I said, yes. She brought out ARV, antiretroviral drugs, and showed it to me. Said she's HIV positive. And she said she doesn't want me to get it. And she said, I don't know who I go down punch, where you feel go punch, where you go get them, and I love you. I don't want to make it happen to you.
Wow.
That girl saved my life. It was from my house I got the job in Federal Palace. Now one of her customers and I am in the same way carry me go there. So you see why I say music saved my life.
That's a touching one.
She's dead now. She has a daughter. She had a daughter. I mean, she died in 2017, Valentine's Day. She had a daughter.
Do you still reach out to her daughter?
That's my daughter. I don't have a daughter. Come on, that's my daughter.
Oh, that's lovely. She's in Nigeria.
So now you understand. It's deep. It's not just sing. It's not just, oh, let's feel good. What if she didn't tell me? She didn't have to tell me. Not everybody would do that. She didn't have to show me her ARV, but she did. And she trusts me enough that I would keep it. And we lived together in the same house. And I did not catch anything.
They don't catch it by living.
So, since I can't give her because
Yeah.
she's gone,
Yeah.
I may as well give it to other young girls on the street
Yeah,
and
that's
get
true.
them out.
That's true. That's true.
So that's the behind the scene of the NGO story.
That's interesting.
One day,
You see why I say the topic is divine?
it's deep.
I carved the topic just to take. I wanted
It's
to
deep.
know what you've been doing backstage, and
Yeah.
it's so interesting that you're saying all this, and you've really done a lot.
I have.
In the music and trying to bring up girls and all that, because these girls, as you started with, you said if
How
you don't
the
take care of the girls, they give birth to children.
How can
and
a
those
child
children
raise a
go,
child?
Go out there and cause
How can a
more
child
problems.
raise a child?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
That's interesting. It's nice. It's not just about the music for you now.
No.
It's a whole thing about life in general.
Before the
Yeah.
O2 Arena,
Yeah.
I will buy a ticket. Okay? I shall be there.
Yes, you will.
But before that time,
Yeah.
do you have any upcoming events?
I'm actually planning to have one
Please.
in October.
Because I
in
want to follow you
Atlanta.
up.
You will.
I want to
I have
follow you
one
up.
coming up. Like, you will.
Please.
I would
Yeah,
actually.
because for real, I've not seen.
I don't
I've not
really-
seen your
I don't-
separate show like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have done.
Your
I've done separate show. Yes, I've done my separate show.
without coming together with the premium.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen your advert.
Please.
I'll
You
send
be
you
my
videos.
person. I dey
Yeah.
follow you now. You not see the way they put your story.
Ishe,
Sure.
Baba no verse.
No, the first time I heard you sing, that was either in Fasi or the place that was closed before, at Buford Highway. What's the name of that place? It's like they had issues and they closed the place up, but it's open now. Faji. They have Fasi and they have Faji,
Faji.
right?
Fasi was before Faji.
Yeah.
I think it was in Fasi that was the first place.
Fasi.
Right?
Yeah.
When I heard your heavenly voice,
Wow.
listen, that was the day Oman when we came.
No,
Wait,
the first time I was not in Fasi. You know, we normally go to Norcross now. Patrick's fish.
No, I don't go with you.
We went together that day. Me, you,
Celebrity
Tunde,
fish
Not,
store.
Tunde, Not. We were sitting in front. We're
And
sitting in front.
Okay,
and then
maybe.
I came and I
Maybe.
We're sitting in
Maybe.
front.
But I didn't take
You, Tunde,
yeah.
Not.
Okay,
Kaha.
Bakasi.
Yeah, at first I think that you were on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't take
that
notice.
time. they
But
did
the
stage thing
day
there.
it hit me hard was in Fasi. You sang, and I said to myself, "Who is this girl?"
Wow.
Your voice your aura, your everything was divine.
She carries the crowd.
I'm telling you.
Thank
So I say, who?
But she's always looking for trouble with the mic. Bring the mic with somebody that doesn't know how to sing.
Sorry. But I'll still do it too. But sorry, I heard.
But I want you to plan something because
No, I'm actually planning.
Yeah.
I'm working on something.
I want you to plan. You said something that somebody will, an ordinary mind will conceive it and laugh.
Yeah.
When you talk about O2 Arena, that was when you got me hooked up.
Yeah.
Because I like people who dream big, who are there already before they get there.
Something where I don't do, where I don't perform.
Exactly.
You know about 60 songs
You know.
on stage.
I have seen it. I have seen it happen.
Because some people on your level will say, no, that's not for me. That's too big. But nothing is too big.
You know, as an artist, you have to be delusional, right?
No, some people want to play safe. Not,
You have to be delusional
no,
if you want to go.
If you want to go, exactly.
you have
in
to.
life.
Yeah, you have. If you're not delusional, you have to have someone that is very delulu around you.
Around you.
That gives you all the push and all.
Yes, you know. And
That's Sophia.
like for me, I am my greatest critic. Before I dropped any song, because my ears are so awake, I hear everything. Like every note in every song, I hear it. It's a gift, but it's also a problem.
But the music you're about to drop, are we not gonna hear about Nyash and other stuff? Okay.
I don't stop.
It's our own censorship right now.
It does stop her. Because personally, I stopped listening to those kind of music.
All the song I've even dropped this year, there's no Nyash. Funny enough, the first song I dropped this year was On a Low. I sang it
I'll start listening to your songs more.
in Idoma and English. On a Low is talking about love. When you love someone for no reason, right? Like real love. And I was writing that song. If you listen to it, you think I'm talking about a guy, but I was actually talking about my kids. The next song was What's Up. It's talking about Barrack kids. I was born and raised in Bonicam in VI.
Oh, God.
I'm military picking. So the lyrics of that one is saying Barrack kids are the kids that usually written off that they will not amount to anything in life.
I'm following Asha.
Right?
Oh.
But and then in the song I said, Barrack girl with them cast them say no go blow, don't go global. That's what I said. And that's the first line of the song. Barrack girl with them cast say no go blow. She don't go global. Them say we no fit make camp because the fee say we dey local. But we're rising to the top. That's What's Up. The next song this song I just dropped 2 weeks ago is called Fly. Fly says, do you want to be fly? Do you want the good things of life? Because you know you got one life, so you better live your life. Be fly. No go let them buy you before your time. Remember, you get one life. That's the lyrics of the song. But because of how my voice is, if you don't listen, you might think
Listening to the tin.
you'll be hearing it. And you think I'm saying something else. I haven't written any X-rated lyrics in the past 3 years. I haven't.
Something must have caused this shit.
What?
Yes.
That's
said
what
our kid.
I
You
said
said
my
our
son.
Okay, your son. Yeah, okay.
Tell that kid.
Because
It's funny.
Yeah,
My son is a teenager now.
Yeah.
And because now we're talking like so when my son is like, if my son is talking to me like mom, but if he wants something he calls me babe. Like babe. I'm like, what's up, babe?
They
Like
wash you now.
How
They
old
watch-
is he?
16.
They wash you now.
That's a big boy now.
Yeah, he'll be like, babe. I'm like, babe, what's up? So I wanted to post something on my birthday this year. So very, launch something. So I called him. I was like, hey. I was like, whenever you call me here, you're up to something. What's up? I said, I'm about to post something, but I wanted to report myself first.
Before you see it.
And he said, okay, mommy, send it. Let me see. And then I sent it to him. He said, how old are you turning again, mom? I told him. He was like, you can just post it. Just this time. So they are my cops. They think
considering
me.
what your children.
No, because that's the way the mom is raising them.
But most people don't even think, they just puff.
Because you don't raise, if you don't know, you can give. If you don't have it, you can give. So she has something to offer to her kids, which is, moral.
Yeah, so when I talk with them, they'll be like, I remember I was at, my son and his teacher, they were together, the home tutor, and then I was like, Demario, do you want another? Let me just add one to you and your brother, maybe a girl. And then he was like, no. And the teacher was like, okay, you're 16, what do you mean no? And he said, no, I like kids. I'm on the phone. He was like, I like kids. You can have kids, I'll carry them. But that's me. No. I'm like, what? It's like, no. I'm like, why no? He said, we're complete already. Me and my brother and you were okay. Do you understand? I have that relationship with them.
Do you have their father in their life?
So, the father of my first son passed away.
Nigerian or American?
Oh, not Nigerian. And then the father of my second son, because before you go cost me, say I get two pikin to papa.
No, he passed.
I don't cost myself first. My first son is Yoruba, my second son is Igbo.
You don't born Nigeria now.
We're not together.
You can't be Hausa.
I'll be Benue.
You don't born Nigeria.
You're not with the second.
No, we're not together. But however, we are friends.
So
he is 100% in the life of my kids.
Oh, cool.
We've not seen in years. As he doesn't see me, I don't see him. But he's a good dad. He's an amazing person. Okay. And I tell anybody I said, look, he may have been bad for me, but he's a good person. So he's probably good for somebody else.
Yeah.
But not just me. And besides, he didn't work out. He's not just the only one. I'm also guilty. Accountability. Now, two people, they spoil them.
That's a healed woman right there.
Thank you. Now, two people, they spoil
That's a responsible woman right there.
Before we take all
But
this,
see,
let me ask you this.
Listen,
Let
before
me
you
ask
Yeah.
before you ask her anything you want to ask her, I just wish this will continue for 3 hours because she is very interesting.
Thank you.
She is very, like, the things she's saying is
So
transforming.
you not agree at the end that she's caring. Like I said, it's in the
Let me
Fire.
give her.
Adapt-
She
adapting.
is. She is.
Thank you.
But for the
Ask
most
your
part, she's
question.
very responsible. She's very responsible.
So we're about to round up, but let me ask this
Please
funny
go,
and
shoot.
stupid question. The men, they always do lyrics front, back. So why don't the ladies do lyrics for our own front and our own head?
We do.
But I've not seen anyone.
We do.
Oh, you say it in a very nice
Yes.
way. Why being nice about it?
You know, there was this song I wrote that I'm
You want me to
scared.
talk about your bola?
No, but we don't say bola. We
Yes.
might use the words like hold me.
Yeah.
There's a song I wrote. I'm scared to drop the song, but it's not vulgar. But the lyrics it says, "Stroke me like you stroke a guitar."
Yeah.
Stroke me like you stroke your guitar is a nice one.
That's the talk now. And I was going, look at me again.
Yeah.
It's a nice one.
What do they want to talk about to you?
No, let me see now. So it's a game of oppression.
The only
to
thing
you
they will
guys.
talk about you is
Beyonce sang a song about you guys now.
Ah.
It's so big, it's so hard,
You see?
it's so strong, it won't fit, right?
But Beyonce would-
But you wouldn't know that was what she was saying.
But
It's too big, it's so strong, it's so hard, it won't fit.
Because
maybe
this
not be
cup
also
is
they talk
strong.
about it. Maybe it's so big,
It's
it's so
big,
hard.
It's so strong,
It's so
Yeah,
strong.
this is
It's
not
so strong.
it won't fit,
This is no why this will fit.
it's too much.
You see why I said the question is funny and
Yes, it is, but we do.
You know.
Actually,
do.
man, we are so
We're
pleased.
glad to have
So pleased to have you, man.
Thank you.
This is calming. This is peaceful episode, man. Like I love it, man. You promise us you will be back.
I will. And
So this is the end of it.
Okay.
We'll say thank you for coming, but you just have to do something for yourself and for us at the same time.
Where
which
to see you, where to
which
find
is
you,
you
your social
thanking
media.
your followers, telling them and where to see you,
Yeah.
all your social media and what you do in just 1 minute.
Whoa, this has been interesting and I had amazing time. I had so much fun at the Blue Basement. Oh, more. But guys, here's the tea. You have to follow them on all platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. In fact, add them on WhatsApp. They are there. Do you understand? And of course, you can follow your princess, Ache Sumi, on all streaming platforms. And yes, my song is on all streaming platforms. So yeah, do yourself a good favor and add my songs to your playlist so you don't lose. Thank you so much. I had fun. It's an amazing time spending time with you all. God bless you. Keep streaming, keep listening, keep vibing, and keep living.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap.